Hey, what's going on, Pokemon trainers? I'm Trainer Connor 100, and you're watching one of my narrated Showdown battle videos. I hope you enjoy this one. Here we go. In today's video, I want to try using all three starters in the same battle video. I've done it before, and it's worked well enough for me. That means we're using Pokemon like Skelligers, Quaquaval, and Masquerada. Before we start the match, let me go over my Pokemon team really quickly here. You don't have to see this, but if you want to skip it, you can always do that. First up, we have Skelligers holding a Life Orb. That basically means that we will be taking recoil damage when attacking opposing Pokemon on the field, but that is okay. I gave each starter Pokemon their hidden abilities as well as their signature moves. And in this case, for Skelligers, we gave it Unaware and its signature move in the form of Torch Song. Shadow Ball, Earth Power, and Will-O-Wisp to burn opposing Pokemon on the battlefield, and then you can see the EV spreads right here. Next up, we have Quaquaval holding Choice Specs, hidden ability in the form of Moxie, Aqua Step, Close Combat, Ice Spinner, and Flip Turn. EV spreads are right here. Masquerada holding the Heavy Duty Boots, hidden ability in the form of Protein, Knockoff, Flower Trick, Triple Axle, and U-Turn. Scizor holding the Velo Coat here. Technician, Bullet Punch, Knockoff, U-Turn, and Sword Stance. So you can see I have a lot of U-Turners in this battle so far, or in this team preview here, as well as Flip Turn. So we have a lot of options to get out of there with opposing Pokemon there. Of course, Technician on Scizor will boost up 60 power or less moves in the form of Bullet Punch, for example, and I think, well, not Knockoff, but you get the idea. Bullet Punch will work. And maybe U-Turn, I don't know, U-Turn base 70, so it's basically just Bullet Punch for Technician, so it will work out just fine. And then of course, a lot of HP investment for Scizor, and then no speed whatsoever because we're using a lot of priority. Sandy Shock's here. I don't think I've used him yet, so it's holding leftovers. Photosynthesis, Volt Switch, Earth Power, Thunderbolt, and Stealth Rock. So we can get Stealth Rocks up on the field if we want to do that. Thunderbolt, and then Volt Switch. So there's just so many moves right there that you can get out of there quite easily if we can. Earth Power, which is our ground type Stab, and then Thunderbolt as well for electric. EV spreader right here. And then Dragonite has the Lumberry ability, or Lumberry is the held item, and then the ability, I should say, is multi-scale. Outrage, Iron Head, Terra Blast, Extreme Speed. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little team preview there, and let's go find the game. Okay, trainers, I found the game. It was a very interesting one too, I'll say that right here, right now. You can see my team, of course. I have the Skelligers, Quaquaval, Masquerada, Scizor, Sandy Shocks. It's not Magneton, it's Sandy Shocks. It's the Paradox form of it. And then Dragonite. You can see my opponent having access to Mew, Decidueye, Uxie, Charizard, Zoroark, and Azumarill. Now, all these Pokemon have certain moves on it that you don't normally see in competitive play. I see that it has potential, but in this match, not so much, and you'll see why. So let's go ahead and play this thing. I'm going to play it with the sound off because I have my own music in the background. That's fine. So I start out with Masquerada. I go for U-Turn, and right away I see that this is a Zoroark because U-Turn isn't super effective on Azumarill, so it wouldn't be doing that much damage. So I go into Dragonite, and then here's the first move that I don't see in competitive play. That would be Copycat. So he goes for it, and then he goes for U-Turn. I go into Sandy Shocks right here, because I wasn't sure what the Decidueye wanted to do. It was either going to be Spirit Shackle or Sword Stance. I figured he would switch Although I probably should have got my Skulltrox, but that's neither here nor there. He goes for Leaf Blade, and it makes sense because Sandy Shocks is part ground, it would be neutral to it, most likely. So I go for my Terra right here, Terra Ice, and I go for the Triple Axle, trying to scare away the Decidueye. That's okay, I go for U-turn right after. A lot of switching going on here, and then I can get my Skeledirge in here safely. And at this point, I know Charizard is coming out, but I wanted to be safe. Okay, and then I decided to stay in because I wasn't sure what he wanted to do, so I go for Torchong. I can get my special attack boost right here. He goes for Acrobatics, another move I don't see in competitive play. I mean, it was popular back in, I think, when it came out in Black and White 2, but at the end of the day, we do take out Charizard, but then Skeledirge goes down, so we get a double down, thank goodness. On that double down, I go for knockoff on the Mew, which is good for me because, like, that weakness policy, I think is what he had. We get rid of it, but he does have the boost from it, which sucks. So I go to Scizor. Again, this is the Technician boosting Scizor that you normally see in some matches. He goes for Whirlpool, and I don't think I've ever seen Whirlpool work as well in competitive play. It's probably not the greatest move on a Azumarill. Anyways, we're back with Sandy Shocks, going for Volt Switch. I keep missing the opportunity to get up Skulltrox, but that is okay. Goes for Leaf Blade again, and this is a good opportunity for me to go for Sword Stance and just basically go for a +2 boosted knockoff to knock off the item away and knock out the Decidueye. See what I did there? Anyways, you have +2 Scizor ready to go here. That's pretty much my win condition. I go for U-turn because I know from that range I think UC won't survive it, and it doesn't, so I called that one correctly. And on that, we go for a flip turn. So we're switching out a lot. I'm trying to see if I can use my other Pokemon that I haven't used yet, like Dragonite and Sandy Shocks, because I've been using Sandy Shocks for just using Full Switch, but we'll see what happens there. And then we go for Bullet Punch from that range, gonna knock it out at that range of HP. And then we see it looks like it's going to be Zoroark, because I remember it was at 1 HP. So I switch out, he goes for Sucker Punch, that fails, and he goes for Copycat. I kind of forgot how that works, but it basically means that you copy the previous move that was used and then it uses against you. So on that note, we use Dragonite to full extent, and we use Outrage to knock out the rest of his Pokemon. So that was a pretty fast game. We got to use my starter Pokemon there, which is perfect, and then we got to use Sandy Shocks for the first time on the channel. And then Technician Scizor, probably the MVP of this battle, but that's fine. And of course, we have Dragonite cleanup at the end of the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this pretty fast game. I'll have another video out soon. There is a Pokemon Direct coming out really soon. I might do a recap of it. Of course, we're getting more information about Pokemon Legends ZA and Pokemon Champions, I'm hoping, but we will see. I will have that video out probably a few days after the event is live and whatnot. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this battle video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.